country on Sundays. Did you ever notice? They close most all of the windows, and that dumb janitor suffocates us with steam heat. Didn't you notice?
Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah. Are you going to be all right? Oh, wait, what is it?
I'm supposed to take some pills. Drugstore mails them out. The day being Sunday, there wasn't any mail.
I'll be right back a minute. No, but you need help.
Don't tell me what I need. I may not do the big stories anymore. Maybe you do them all. But I don't need you to tell me what I need.
All right, Albert. Just take it easy, Lois. You all right?
I get these little attacks. Diabetes. It'll go away. I'm sorry, Nick.
Oh, that's all right.
Please, help me up.
Sure, come on. You all right? Easy go.
These little attacks, they don't know about them upstairs.
Well, don't worry, I won't say a word about it.
Thanks.
Stood us up.
Are you sure you told him to meet us here?
I'm sure. Tavern in the bus terminal. Make it very convenient for my buddies.
Some convenient, hmm?
Finish the beer. We'll find 3 other dames. I've seen the streets out there. It's like a morgue. There's always a few live ones yet, you baby. I said this city is like a morgue. Huh? Always a few live ones looking for trouble. Any dames looking for trouble? You get it from me. Oh, come on.
Hey, Richie, baby. Look. There's your girlfriend.
Hey, that's not bad. You know her?
I talked to her on the bus. She's engaged to a minister or something.
Yeah? That's nice.
Hey, come on, don't fool around.
Maybe she needs help or something.
No, she's a fine.
Minister's wife, you're supposed to help her.
Hello, miss. You remember me from the bus?
Come on. You want to get that?
Up here.
Yeah, we all do.
Well, I've heard about this all my life.
This is it, miss, the big city.
Yeah, like Richie said, this is the big city. Oh, now look, now there's a place that Richie really likes, see? See, now you look there, see? Richie really likes that. He thinks that's hot stuff. That's called Roseland, you see? Now, Richie really likes that, but Rocco and I, we don't like that so much. We like other things. Don't we, Rocco?
Yeah.
Just drive, will you?
What are you doing? What do you think?
Let me out, please.
Sure. Later.
Cut it out. Come on.
What, are you crazy or something?
She's a nice girl, a nice girl.
Are you out of your mind?
I had to go back to the cafeteria, Molly, where I work, you know. I'm so sorry. That man there, that policeman, he just came and found me. I had no idea. Oh, my goodness, did they hurt you, Molly?
No. Those men, they didn't. Really, they didn't.
All right, you need not talk about it here, dear.
They didn't, Elder.
Just cover yourself, Molly, please.
There was this one, this soldier, this nice one. He shot them.
It's all right. It's all right, dear. I've got to get you out of here.
Eldon. You act ashamed.
Why, no, Molly. Now, why should I be ashamed? You know, they're having a party tonight at the academy, and all the folks, why, they're right excited about meeting you.
Well, I'm right excited about meeting them, too.
Good.
If he does, we're not going to have a chance to do anything about it until the next edition.
There's a girl, Mark.
Oh.
Got a good one.
Eldon. Look.
Oh, my.
I remember a man taking a picture. Elton, I couldn't help it.
I know. How could you help it?
You're doing it again.
Hmm?
What I saw you doing at the station house, acting ashamed.
Why should I do that? Oh, Molly, the things they say. Look, the gentle plans of 22-year-old Molly Ledbetter to come to New York yesterday and have a reunion with her Bible student fiancé were ripped as savagely and brutally as her homemade dress was when she accepted a ride from 3 leering drunk hoodlums, a ride which became a nightmare and so forth. The hands of the country girl from North Carolina fluttered as weakly, as ineffectively as her calls for help went unanswered, and the hoodlums zigzagged through the streets on their orgy of terror and brutality. At last, in an ultimate act of desperation, the pretty girl made her escape by throwing herself from the kidnapped car.
The way they wrote up that story, they made it seem like...
I'd best see what else they say.
Eldon, they don't talk about that nice soldier, the one who saved me.
They talk about a third one, Molly.
There was this one, this soldier. He's not an animal like the rest of us. He could put your mind at rest.
My mind is at rest.
An average fella. Not an animal. Not like these. Sort of nice. He liked to dance. Eldon, don't you understand? Those others, they made fun of him about it. That there was some place he liked to go to. Some big place. I forget the name of it. Some big place. Just to go to dance with girls.
Now, don't talk like that.
I can't live with the look I see in your eyes. Oh, God, keep me from the look in your eyes.
they eat well on this beat.
Should try it more often. Well, look. There are the ambassadors from England, France, and Russia. And you know it never fails. Sooner or later, a servant comes up and whispers into one of the ambassadors' ears. Well, usually it means that a car is parked in the wrong direction. But every once in a while, it may mean Pearl Harbor.
Seems to mean us.
Miss Hogan, is the gentleman with you, Mr. Nick Alexander, from your newspaper?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Alexander, there's somebody in the foyer who wants to see you.
Oh, thank you. There's nothing about Albert.
Well, I seem to be all alone. Will you watch out for me?
Don't I always, Lily?
You Mr. Alexander? Nick Alexander, the newspaper fella?
Yeah, what is it?
How could you do it, mister? How could you write all those lies, those obscenities?
Oh, wait a minute. What? Who are you?
As you put it today, as you wrote it up in that story of yours for your paper, I'm the victim's fiancé. I'm Eldon Grimm, the Bible student fiancé. At least I was her fiancé until a few hours ago when we were riding on the subway and we just happened to come across that story that you wrote up. I let that girl down, mister. Oh, yes, I let her down and I let myself down. I made it seem as if I believed your lies, your innuendos, your insinuations.
Well, where is she now?
I don't know. She's run away from me. She's lost. I've been walking around this town for 2 hours now looking for her. I just needed a place to set, that's all. I had to do something else. I had to come here and look you in the face and tell you about these feelings that I have. God, I pray, will forgive me for the feelings that I have. But I had to do it. I had to come here and tell you what your lies did to my Molly.
Look, Mr. Grimm, I'm sincerely sorry for what's happened, believe me. But my story didn't lie.
Oh, it lied, mister. It shouted. Whisper would have been too much.
Now, look, it was a story to be written. That's my job, to write it, not to whisper, to write it.
I know that. That's what, what's his name? Mr. Granger, your editor, he told me that.
Mark? My city editor? He was the one who sent you here?
He didn't send me here, just told me I could find you here, that's all. That man, your editor, he's nice. He told the police, and they're out looking for Molly. And he also took the time to explain to me that the facts did not necessarily say that Molly was degraded or truly sullied. Truly, as your words made it seem.
They didn't. They didn't say that.
Well, your editor seems to feel that they did. Leastwise, he's changing your story.
He's changing it? Mark's doing that?
Well, he's, toning it down. I believe that's the way he put it. Toning it down for the later edition.
Doesn't need toning down. My story doesn't need toning down.
Mister, I do not want to say what's in my heart. Because those things you just do not say.
Miss Grimm. Where are you going from there?
I'm going to look for Molly again. After all, how many police can they spare to look for one country girl?
You mind if I come along?
I'd be grateful for the help.
I tried to help you. If I wasn't there, it'd have been worse.
Well, I know that. I just wanted to tell my fiancé that. Well, you're the only one to tell him. To say it wasn't like that newspaper story made it.
Yeah, I read that.
Just help me. just come with me and tell Eldon, that's all.
Don't you see? I can't. The police, all they would care about was that I was there, not that I tried to help you.
No, I told them that you tried to help me. Anyways, it wouldn't be the police, I swear it.
I'm sorry.
As a religious person, I swear it. I just want you to tell Eldon, not the police.
This fiancé of yours, this Eldon, where is he?
I don't know. I ran away from him at the subway. Maybe he went back to the Bible Academy.
I'll call and see if he's there. What's his last name?
Grimm. Eldon Grimm.
What makes you think you have to be here to bail me out on this one?
I'm not thinking of you, Nick. I'm thinking of the girl.
Mark, I did not louse up that story. I did not let it get away from me.
Yes, you did, Nick. Oh, it was good. But too much juice. You blew a fuse on it.
Where would she go?
I don't know.
She talked about the second soldier, the nice one? The one who could tell you how things really were? Did she say where he lived?
Why, no. What would Molly know about where people live in New York?
Look, now think. What did she say?
Yes, she said that, too. She said that he liked to, do nice things with a girl, that he liked to go to some place where he could find girls to dance with.
Roseland.
That's right. That's where we'll try.
Do you think she might be there?
We'll find out, Eldon, in just a minute.
I finally got through. He's not there. Don't feel so bad, miss. I'll take you back there, and he's bound to show up. Okay?
Thank you very much. You're real kind.
Yeah.
We're gonna dance. You and me. We're gonna dance.
What are you doing? Taking me to him?
No, we'll dance. Now, you keep your head against me, and I'll keep my back to him.
I can't dance. Our people don't allow dancing.
Well, just make believe, miss. You bury your head against me. Come on.
Oh, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Oh,
Sorry. More Sal, have a drink.
Okay.
Soldier, how you been?
Oh, no. Not again.
Again? What again? All right, now get your hands up. Up. All right, now turn around and put your hands in the hood. Don't move.
This is the one I was telling you about. The nice one. He saved me from the knife.
That's twice that I've got to thank you for, mister. That's twice that he saved my girl from me.
Chicken soup. Just like Mother used to make.
Your mother?
Oh, no. Sal's mother, Mrs. Feinberg. Nick probably would have come along with me to see you, but he did have that date with Lizzie, you know.
Well, that figures.
You know, it's a little difficult to figure Lizzie.
Oh, she probably waited for him.
Well, she might have grabbed herself off an ambassador or something. All in the line of work, of course.
Oh, of course.
Hi, Albert. Apparently our boy suffered a diplomatic defeat.
Yes, apparently.
Sugar-free candy.
Well, it's very considerate of you, Nick.
Yeah. I've been thinking about the story, Mark. You were right. You'd have written it better, Albert. Truer.
Oh, maybe. But it wouldn't have been great. One of these days, Nick, your stuff is going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Almost forgot. It's gum, sugar-free.
Mark, what are we going to do with this guy?
Well, I don't know, Albert. We'll figure out something.
I hit him too hard. Maybe he'll die.
He won't die.
gag. You couldn't get one of them when he was smiling?
I did my best, but every time I asked him to say cheese, he remembered he was hungry. Let's face it.
Oh, my dear. We haven't got all the money yet. Come on, Al.
Well, now, wait a minute. What do you mean, come on, Al? What is the matter with you two? Why are you making it so much harder on each other? Now, Irene, come on. Go on upstairs and lie down. Irene!
Oh, God.
Oh, no, honey, I'm sorry. Honey, I've got to meet the FBI man. I've got to get the rest of that money. Now, come on upstairs. Come on.
How about some lunch?
Denslow wants to know how you're coming.
Having about a half an hour. That's time enough, isn't it? The bulletin doesn't hit the streets till about 6:30 tonight.
Well, that's 4 hours.
I hope they wait to read the ad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. You know where a phone is?
Sure. Around there.
Hello? Mrs. Fielder?
Yes.
This is George.
Yes.
All right, that's it. Trace it.
So far, so good, but don't pull no tricks.
We'll contact you tomorrow if we decide you ain't up to no tricks.
What about my husband? Please don't hurt him. Please.
He's okay.
But my friend, he don't like your husband, lady. So don't pull no tricks.
She hung up. Well, maybe there's a lead. A slight stutter. That's something.
Tomorrow. Hogan, what am I supposed to do till tomorrow?
Who is it?
It's me, Mark.
On D-Day, the Allied invasion of Europe, we had a code. German intelligence broke that code. They didn't know what to do with the information, but they broke the code. D-Day wasn't a secret. I don't understand what you're telling me. I'm telling you this. I believe there's a basic rightness to this life of ours. I know that's hard to understand sometimes. When a loved one dies, or a disaster happens, something like this was happening to you. But I believe with all my heart that it is right that your husband should live, to come back to his house, to his father and his mother, to you. I choose to believe that's more important than the fact that somebody talked, as they used to say during the war when a ship went down. Your secret wasn't kept, Emily, but you can still win your war. Thank you.
Boys, he's an awful one. He doesn't like you, Mr. Alexander. He pretends to, but he hates you because you're very good. And you got there so young, and that's what he wants. He said some things about you last night, and I guess I defended you. And he got mad, and he said he had something terrific, and he was going to use it. He was going to use it last night, and he was going to get the money and a job as a reporter, and he was never going to work as a copy boy anymore. He just walked out and left me. He didn't even take me home. I thought it was just talk. Then I came in this morning, and I found this. And I knew it.
Where's the Globe, 47th Street?
No, 46th.
You down. They will, those new buddies of yours. That sliming that paid you off with this so-called job you think you got.
Well, I got the job, don't I?
Yeah, you got it for a week, 2 weeks. That's how long they'll pull around with you. And then they'll kick you out. And that'll be it. Because no other paper, you hear? No respectable newspaper anywhere will let you in the door. Just remember that. Copy boy.
No, nothing yet.
What?
Well, outside the store.
Tell me.
2 men in regular clothes, but they look like detectives. I ran down an alley. I lost them.
You lousy fielder. You see what happened? Shut up!
Well, yes, they are out looking. What are we going to do?
You shut up, too!
Awful people. They were planning to kill him. He heard them. Bob heard them talking about killing him. And they read your story. God bless you for the way you wrote those words. We'll never forget you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He thinks he can make money off this animal. He's taken the lives of 9 people so far. All right, now wait a minute. Now wait 1 minute. How do you know you're not in danger right now? Right this minute, huh? How do you know? You know, Shamali's was no 3 for a nickel hood. He's big time. A lot of guys around here owe him favors. A lot of guys would be very, very happy to put you, me, and Papa right in the grave just so they can get a handshake from Lou Shamali's. Now, look, kid, I know those hoods. I see them around the garment center. Where they spit, nothing grows. They wouldn't think that much of putting a slug in you for Lou Shamali's. Now, get on that phone and ask the police for 24-hour protection.
No kidding, Tiger. He'd be a big man. Schmali's got a lot of contacts who'd grease the way along for him.
Hey, Sheriff.
Contacts. You gotta have the contacts. I ain't mad at you. I gotta have those contacts. What I mean, I need the bright. I need it. I need it.
3300 North.
How long?
When he was a little boy, he was beautiful.
for writing lies like this.
All right, Dave, all right. Send Sullivan out.
You're lying about, Mr. Siamese. You wouldn't turn down a guy who done him a favor.
Favor? You talking about? What kind of favor?
You know what kind of favor. You're smart. You can figure it out. I'm gonna make a comeback, see? I'll do great, too. I learned in my last dozen fights what I was doing wrong. I was telegraphed from my punches. See, I used to tip my head right before I throw my left, see? And when he sees a move, he knows you're gonna throw a left, so he blocks it. You count him. I done Mr. Siamese a favor, and he's got the contacts. He'll do right by me, you lousy partner. You're lying, you know it. You hear me? I didn't like hitting Philly. He was a nice kid. But I'm gonna enjoy taking you apart.
Tiger! You killed Phil? You're telling!
Service. Listen, this is Polly Halloran from editorial. Oh, yes, Polly. Listen, get the police. There's a terrible fight in the alley. Mr. Alexander will be killed.
Killed my brother.
To Judge Llewellyn when you go see him later. Oh, yes, Nick, we have to check it out. Even when it comes from Briggs. That's our job. And I'll tell you something. There's nothing in this world that Mr. Briggs would like better than to catch us not doing our job.
I think we can safely say that's a fairly clear definition, Mrs. Dixon. Well, then, according to the behavior of the defendant, which you know of your own knowledge, would you say that he is capable of committing the crime of which he is accused?
Objection. Objection.
Office?
This is Judge Llewellyn. Dr. Salmonson, please.
How are you, Victor?
Oh, I feel terrible. These pills you gave me, I need some more.
Victor, I told you last week. I don't know what your trouble is, but you're on some kind of an emotional toboggan.
Don't you think I know that? Paul, I don't want to talk about it now. Please help me. Send me the pills.
I'll send you some, Victor, but this is the last time. Tranquilizers won't do the job. You've got to go to a psychiatrist.
When I can. Thanks, Paul.
To emergency a half hour ago.
What? How?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Give me a moment to... What can I say to them?
Oh, what does it matter? Hurry, baby.
Is there anything I can do?
Please, go with my husband. I'll get there by myself. I've got to tell him something. I've got to protect my husband and my daughter.
Of course, Mrs. Llewellyn.
What am I doing sending you with him? You're a reporter.
Mrs. Llewellyn, I'm going to give you every break I can. In every way.
Oh, Daddy. Daddy hit me. He said he really didn't want to be married. I slapped him. And he hit me. It hurt.
It won't happen again. Jennifer, I promise you. Never again.
Daddy, I'm so sorry for everything. Please, please, I want to come home.
Judge Llewellyn? Not even 18. She eloped 6 weeks ago. Not even 18 years old.
I'm sorry, sir.
Everybody do the twist, twist, twist. Yeah, do it like this. Oh, 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 do it like this.
a guy by the name of Bruce something or other. He's a singer. He sings in one of the nightclubs around here.
Bruce? Oh, yeah, the Bruce. He's a fan at the Long Gone, right around the corner.
The Bruce, huh? Thanks.
Sentencing a man to the electric chair. I walked the floor all night asking God's forgiveness for taking another life. Right now, I wanted to take a life. God forgive me. I still do.
Come on, we can't stay here. We can't let anyone else know about this. There's Luella. Come on, we can't let anyone else know about this. Here? Come on.
I think you and Benson are going to have company. I think, Edgar, baby, I just got myself a reporter. Wisdom all over the place. Are you smart enough now to accept my invitation to lunch? Maybe you'll even let me pay for the sandwich and milk this time.
I follow you, Nick. I've been ahead of you.
Well, I'm catching up to you, Mark. I'm catching up.
I dedicate this play to Anita Farrell. Because 3 months ago, when it all started, I never believed that this could happen. That the play I had talked about writing, as so many newspaper men do, actually would get written. And that I would have the good luck to work on it with so beautiful and brilliant a star as Anita. 3 months ago, a night when I was sitting at the same desk, knocking out a routine story. On the paper who could really advise me was Conrad Price, our drama critic. But he resented any invasion of his private territory, the theater. Did I talk to him about it? Would Mark give me a leave of absence? Some chance. Walking home that morning, I thought that I must have written 100 stories in the bulletin about how a sudden stroke of fortune had changed a person's life. Could that ridiculous Frederick Brennan do it for me? If Anita Farrell would agree to star in my play, I'd really be on the way. I'd make the jump from the city room to Broadway. I'd be a successful playwright. Wait a minute. Lexington Hospital.
Where are you going?
Chad Hamilton's party.
Someone going to commit a murder?
I'm not here as a reporter.
Are you implying that you were invited?
Yeah. Where are you going?
Chad Hamilton's party?
Is someone going to perform?
You're looking awfully young tonight.
I wish you didn't know that about me.
What?
That I can't stand being hurt. Maybe I will get blasted by the critics. Haven't been on the stage in 20 years.
22. You can't stand being hurt, rejected, refused, depressed, frustrated. You're insecure, unrealistic, and unreasonable. And that makes you a big star. And I love you. Because underneath that fragile, infantile exterior, you're pure cast iron.
They said I could use your desk while you're on leave, so go leave.
On the stage.
Can I help you, Mr. Alexander?
Well, I'm not entitled. I'm on leave. Thanks anyway.
She loves spangles. She wore this job in Vivian. We'll talk inside, Mr.
No.
Gee, Mr. Hamilton, what kind of a human being are you? Let the girl die happy.
I'll never lose anything again. If I do, he'll see I don't know anything about it.
You'll have to go through hell, Nick. So you're the mainspring of it. And it won't be easy. Because once you adjust the fact she's dying, you get hit in the belly with the worst part of it. And it will be the worst because you're human. One day you realize you're writing a play. Someone who'll never play it. And then you'll really know that the census into Averno ain't Bacillus.
Nick? Can't resist photographing a man's face when his soul is hanging out of his eyes. Weird things.
I'm getting out. I thought you were going to stay in bed.
Hey, Nick. I've been looking for you all morning to say my goodbyes. I'm flying to the coast. Oh.
Well, it was everything to cut me first. I don't want you, Dad.
I know.
It just isn't the time.
No.
You shouldn't have carried this all by yourself. You should have told someone.
It's all right. It's all right.
Should I be afraid?
It's all right, Anita.
Why have you always loved me?
I couldn't help it.
No. Who sent that to me? Not Nick. Never Nick. Where are your shoes?
Under the dining room table?
We can't tell, Nick. You stopped writing. I've been a real inspiration to that boy.
Get mad at me. Always makes you feel better.
Let's stand up. Will you tell them I had to go? city room. Isn't that the most natural place in the world to write a drama? Tell them I didn't want to go. But I had to. Know why I really came up the other night? Know why? I was wrong. Henry should be a man. Why don't you build up the girl's part? Pile a few years on her. I could play her.
No,
Well, why not?
I like it your way. I'll write it your way. For you. Oh, I better clear up a little. I took the file and Anita from the reference room. I wanted to look up a few things. I'll take it back.
The play, too?
It was for her. Belongs with her.
Are you going to write a story about this?
That's what I'm supposed to do, Doctor. Run down stories and write them.
Certainly, I understand that. But what I'm supposed to do is help people, like that young woman in there. But it's not easy. I practice a very inexact science, Mr. Alexander. I don't blame you for running down a tip or whatever it was, but I'll tell you this. Miss Love may leave here now. Oh, it's all right. She checked in voluntarily. But she's a disturbed person, a frightened girl, a terrified girl. Maybe I could have helped her.
I'm sorry about that, Doctor. I don't want to hurt her.
With someone like Miss Love, the important thing is not that someone's trying to hurt her, but that she's hurting herself. Mr. Alexander, it'd be better, much better, if you would not write a story about this disturbed girl.
I'll consider it, Doctor. Tell you the truth, I've been considering it ever since I walked into her room.
Thrill again. another part of the torchy, passionate magnetism of Nora Love. As one theater exhibitor put it, if you wear pants, if you're seated in a theater, she'll find you.
Mr. Alexander, I just left the hospital a few hours ago. Johnny found me a place to stay, somebody's penthouse. I'd like you to come up. I told Johnny whoever gave you the tip will just give it to somebody else, so I might as well face it. I'd like to give the first story to you. Just you and your paper.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Now, write down the address. It's 917 East 53rd Street. When you get in the elevator, push penthouse. About 5:30 for cocktails?
I'll be there.
Well, tell me, Nick. Up there on the screen, how do I look now? La Love, America's sex symbol. How does she look?
Like tremendous.
Hi, Nick. Join the party.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, but when did you hear about this press conference?
Oh, about half an hour ago. Why? When they call your paper?
Earlier.
Nora, look who's here. Oh, Vern Scott. Now, how can you write a Hollywood column from New York?
I'm on vacation. She dragged me up here. But it's always good to see you, Nora.
Okay, glamour girl, where have you been hiding out?
She hasn't been hiding, boys and girls. She's been resting. Nugent Sanatorium, East 68th Street.
That's right, East 68th. I had to go in. I was tired. Very tired. You can see that, can't you?
I can see a lot.
And you didn't even buy a ticket. Ask me a question. Ask me, darling. Ask me a question.
Well, now, let me see. When are you going back to work?
Oh. Well, actually, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Batson and I haven't come to a decision on that as yet. As soon as I do some shopping, see a few plays, I'll reconsider my decision and perhaps return to Hollywood.
Excuse me, Kitty. Nick? What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter, Miss Love. I'll get the minutes of this momentous meeting from the UPI wire.
What's wrong? Are you mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at myself. I thought you meant it when you said I'd see you alone.
Oh, but Johnny, he told you, didn't he?
Oh, cut it out, Nora. Do a twist for the boys.
Well, he said he'd call you. He said whoever gave you the tip would probably give it to somebody else, so we'd better let all the newspapers in on it. But he was so sure you'd understand.
Oh, I understand, Nora, baby. I was a little slow on the uptake because you threw me a little by acting sort of helpless.
Oh, but Nick, you have to listen to me.
Well, let's face it, Miss Love. Let's face it, America's sex symbol. Who ever heard of a helpless barracuda?
Over here. Come and see how the other half lives. I mean the other half of Nora Love. Please. I like you, Nick. Not as a newspaper man, but as a guy. So, you believe me now, don't you, that I really thought Johnny had phoned you?
I believe you.
He's like that. He can sense it when I like somebody. A psychiatrist, a director. A guy.
Why don't you get rid of him?
Well, that's a good question.
Well, why don't you?
Please, Nick. Don't be a reporter. Just be a guy. I like water. Dark water, night water. You can add that to all the other things you found out about me tonight.
I'll make a note, a mental note.
Notes on Nora Love, formerly Nora Schiller. Likes dark water. Loves her sister. Is bugged by the fact that after all these years, she still resents her sister because Daddy loved the sister more. I guess you made one of your mental notes about that.
Yeah, I made it. You have the whole world, Nora. Can't she have that?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? One of the doctors, he had a theory. I don't know, maybe it made sense. He said, that's the reason I'm a star. Because I never really made the grade with Daddy. Well, enough of that. So tell me, freeloader, how did you like the meatloaf?
Just great, just the way my mother used to make it.
That's what somebody else said. The only other person I ever brought to Marion's. The director.
Martin West.
Why did you say that?
Because I saw him with you in some of those film clips. You were looking at him as though you liked him a lot.
Yes.
You want to hear something dumb, Nora? Watching you with him, I think it made me feel a little jealous.
Oh? Well, you want to hear something even dumber? I'm glad you felt that way.
West?
Oh, you can't see the girls until after the show.
Oh, I'm Nick Alexander from the Bulletin. You're Martin West's widow, aren't you?
Yes, I was married to him. I was his wife when he died. That was 3 years ago. What are you coming around now for, asking questions about that?
Well, we got a tip, Mrs. West.
Tip?
Yeah, about his death and the circumstances surrounding it.
The circumstances were sad. Like always when someone dies.
Mrs. West, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to be blunt. The tip links your husband and his death with Nora Love.
Why can't you let such things be?
Well, I've got to find out what happened. Nora Love is in trouble.
How can that be? I read the papers. I see that she had a big press party. She quit work. She is going back to work. She is a Hollywood star. And you are a reporter. You believe that nonsense?
I'm telling you, she's in deep trouble. I found her in a sanatorium. I think she's being blackmailed, and it has something to do with your husband.
I don't care to discuss it. Please go.
All right, I can't force you to talk. But she's living in a state of tension with the time fuse. And if it goes off, this room will be filled with reporters, and most of them won't care how it comes out. How Nora will look, or you, or your husband. It'll just be one nice, big, juicy story, a 3-day sensation, and then they'll forget it. But the damage will be done. Nora won't get over it, neither will you.
Why should I talk to you?
Aren't you interested in a juicy story, too?
All I'm trying to do is protect Nora Love. In the memory of a talented man.
Thank you.
I've been reading about him. He directed many fine pictures. He doesn't deserve to be dragged through the mud. Mrs. West, you can help me.
Why not? It's been rankling in me too long.
I can understand if you're a little bitter.
Who says I'm bitter? As a matter of fact, I introduced them. It was when my husband was drinking so heavily. It's very bad. The more he drank, the further he slipped. It was a vicious circle. He needed a break. She was his break. I knew she would be. I was her drama coach at the studio. I saw that all that she needed was perceptive handling, direction, someone to show her how to use her God-given talent. It was as simple as that. They needed each other. I brought them together.
What happened?
Martin soared. He recognized that she was star material, so he gave her a light of her own, and then he basked in the glow.
You mean she made him?
You can understand that, can't you? So could I, but she never guessed that. She thought she would be helpless without him. That's why she is frightened to be alone. So dependent. She never knew that she was the strongest of all of us. We called him.
The newspaper clip said a motion picture company representative was called. I didn't know that meant Batson.
That's who they meant. And for her, that meant trouble and heartbreak, her own kind, while I was having mine.
I'm sorry.
I hardly ever saw him near the end. But he came to see me before he died. That last Thursday, he died on Sunday, and that last Thursday he came to see me. He was drunk. He was very sad. She was very successful. And he had just been taken for another picture. He was finished. He was through. He was so drunk, he even talked about her. She was the one. She wanted to end it. She said it was hopeless. And she was ashamed of him. Poor Martin. He had no one to talk to about it. Only me. Oh. He also talked about dying. Mostly drunk and incoherent. But he also told me about a note he was going to write. Oh, he was a child, a dramatic child. He wanted to punish her, fix her wagon, that's what he said. Anyway, he died. He took some pills and he died. You know what I think? I think he left that note. And I think he put in there everything about their relationship. He put his brand on that girl. And I also figure that Batson found that note. The reason I figure that is because overnight he went from just an ordinary press agent for the studio to a $1,000 a week job for her. And all these years, these last 3 years, I thought I was enjoying the fact that now she is squirming. But it really doesn't help me. And it doesn't help Martin. Oh, the show is over. Please go. The girls have to change.
Thank you, Mrs. Wesley.
Say, sweetie, you learning about show business?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Message from Miss Slug.
Get him.
Not yet. Give me Gramercy 54598.
Oh, so you're calling her? Reporting in? Sir Galahad pulled it off?
Come back with me, Nick. Back to the coast.
My vacation hasn't come up for 7 months.
Oh, you know what I mean. Now that you got Johnny out of my hair, I'll have new management, new representation. All kinds of pictures are being offered to me. Whichever one I choose, you can be one of the writers.
I never wrote a movie in my life.
You'd be very good at it.
Maybe when I'm ready.
Please, Nick. Please. I need you. Please. Come back with me and be my guy.
Maybe you needed Martin West once. Johnny Batson, too. Maybe you even needed him. But you don't need me, Nora. You don't need anybody.
It's not the same, Nick. I love you.
Maybe you do right now, Nora. Maybe I love you. But it wouldn't work out, me being just your guy, tagging along after you out there. The studios, the swimming pools, chasing rolling house. No.
Will I see you again?
You'll see.
Where?
I don't know, maybe even in Hollywood. When I get there my way.
Nick.
Thanks, Mark.
Oh, I'm docking you 3 days' pay.
Why?
Well, the business of this newspaper is to write news. You learn about life on your own time.
circle the area and look around.
I'll bet these K rations are still edible.
That's a stinking desert for you. Looks like they walked away an hour ago.
You think we'll find any of them?
I don't know. Let's take a look inside the plane. No sign of them. Looks like they must have stuck around here for a while and then split up to find help. But where would they head in this kind of heat? They're out there somewhere. Whatever's left of them.
I'm writing dearest in the plane's log. Will somebody court-martial me? Ha ha. Lois, I love you. They're walking north by northwest.
Sergeant! Head north by northwest.
Lois, I won't die. How can I die? What we found in those 5 days, remember, Lois? We found life. Remember what you told me? Loving like that is a miracle. I wrote you a letter. I'll keep with me. Lois, Lois, dear God, I'm thirsty. I'm so thirsty.
Mrs. Lois Hawley?
Yes, and who are you?
The search parties have been bringing in their grim findings all day now.
Take it easy.
A boot. One boot. The boss carries age, and he set out to walk through that dreadful place, the desert, with just one boot.
Sure, sure. Now, she's very upset. I am sure you can understand why. I think we'd better call it a night.
No, George, you don't understand. All of this, that poor young man, Chris. None of it has any connection between you and me and Phoebe and the house. All these people, they've been asking questions about Chris. They're writing it. They're making notes on paper. I've been seeing it. Sweetheart, honey, that's all he had. He didn't even have two boots at the end. He didn't even have... Ask me anything you like. Ask me something. Help me to keep Chris alive. Mother, please sit down. You don't understand. You asked me a question earlier.
Well, I'd like to ask you about that inscription on the picture. Chris, darling, nobody can ever take away the happiness we've already had. In the future, all the wonderful years to come, it belongs to you and your Lois.
I asked her about that before, and you didn't seem to remember.
That was a trip. in a bus. I went on the bus, the little old... for 300 miles in one day to meet him at the beach. It was Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I had the picture. You remember, sweetheart, when you asked me to go with you to have your picture taken, gift to Jerry last week? Well, I had my picture taken, and I wrote those words on it, and I held it for 300 miles in that little old bus. And there were 2 other soldier boys there, and they tried to pick me up. I remember. But I'd just written out my heart on that picture. I didn't even look their way. Honey, that day at Myrtle Beach, it was nothing to do with you, dear. We just had chocolate ice cream sodas. And I spilled the ice cream on my dress. Where'd you get that from? I gave him the photograph with the writing on it. And that was June 3rd, 1942. The White Cliffs of Dover. You remember that, George?
Oh, Mark, this is going to be awful. I'll call you back.
The boys in the Pentagon have goofed on this one. They've been wrong when they said Chris Bering had no next of kin.
Daddy, I don't want to be out there anymore.
It's just too hot on you, Mr. Hawley, trying to answer those questions.
Daddy, I have to know something. Oh, Daddy, I'm so glad.
You know something? Me too. Me too, Phoebe.
Oh, but Daddy, don't call me that anymore. Don't call me Phoebe.
Sweetheart, look at me. Baby. Baby, what does that mean? A name. Phoebe. Phoebe? What? That means you to me. Don't you see that? It's not a word that somebody wrote in a letter. It's not an insinuation from that smart aleck reporter, Ernie, but it's you. The little girl who was 4. The little girl we loved from the moment we saw her. When I called you Phoebe that first time, it was nice. It was part of us. It's beautiful. I love you. I love the name. Okay, Phoebe?
Okay, Daddy.
Oh, Miss Hogan, excuse me.
Well, that's all right, Mr. Hawley. I'm on your side.
I really think you are.
Daddy, you better find her. You better hurry.
I don't know where to look. I don't know how long I'll be gone.
Well, it's all right, Mr. Hawley. I'll look out for her.
Just remember, we both love you. Your mother and I.
But I think that's when a family is a family. When they all pull together. You know what I mean?
I do. I really do.
Burial services among their loved ones. But there will be no hometown funeral for this man, Captain Chris Bering, because he has left no survivors. His remains are being flown down here to the nation's capital for burial tomorrow at Arlington National Cemetery. The plane will land in Washington within an hour.
6 miles, I'd say.
It's been a terrible day. I've had a few drinks.
Sure.
I came here. I don't know why I thought I should. I better go now.
Mrs. Holly, wait. I have something that belongs to you.
Chris's letter.
Yes.
Thank you.
The services are at 9 this morning at Arlington.
I won't be there. You don't understand the trouble. The photographers, the newspaper people, you don't understand what it's been like today.
You don't understand. He has nobody else, Mrs. Hawley.
What right have you to speak to me like that?
Because I'm his friend. I never knew him, but I rode home with him today, and I consider myself his friend. And I say that my friend has the right to be buried properly. To be cried over by somebody he loved. No matter what the embarrassment, no matter how many flashbulbs pop.
Should we wait any longer? What do you think, Miss Hogan? You think they'll show up?
I wish you could wait a little longer. Please?
Very well.
Well, what are we waiting for now? The big Hearts and Flowers finale? Luscious Lois coming to the funeral after her great big night on the town?
I don't know about any night on the town.
I know, sweetie. I may not be able to print it, but I know it. I know what time she got in, and I can guess what it adds up to. Punch in the mouth if you don't shut up. At a funeral, Alexander? You'd cause a fuss at a funeral? Somehow in this case, I don't think Captain Bering would mind.
I think we should begin.
I knew Chris Bering. He was kind. And he used to like to chew 3 pieces of gum all at the same time. He rooted for the New York Yankees, and he was allergic to chocolate. Nobody needs to cry. I think it's a good thing that someone is here who remembers him and can stand here and say that he was a very sweet boy. And I look back across the years. I don't so much remember the color of his eyes or his actual appearance. I think I mainly remember the last time when he was afraid. I don't feel so badly about that anymore because I've been thinking, and I decided that just after he closed his eyes finally and he didn't have to feel that awful thirst anymore, just after that, somehow he realized that he'd never have to be afraid anymore. And I feel pretty good. Because for 20 years, my friend, Chris Bering, hasn't been afraid.
Escort, let's firing party. Present, arm.
Colonel, wait. Please. You brought me this letter. Thank you. But it belongs to him. God bless him.
Mother. He's a member of the family.
Jane.
What are they? Stickler.
Come on.
All right, I'll go.
Well, that was very unusual in those days. A cigar maker who sent 2 children to college. It was piecework then. On payday, I'd come home with a fresh, hot rye bread, and Mama would call to the kids, "Come up, Papa's home." And they would sit at the table waiting for me. Arnie and Ruthie, little Manny, just waiting for Papa. And I'd take the pay envelope and put the money down on the oilcloth. 5, 10, 15, 20. And when it was all spread out, they would say, "Papa, how could you roll so many cigars?" And little Ruthie would say, "My Papa can do anything." And I sat at the head of the table with the money still on the oilcloth. And we ate supper.
Jane, please, I'm busy now. No, I'm on rewrite.
Grandpa?
I went to my wedding with red eyes, but still I was a very pretty bride. And he was all elbows and blushing, 15-year-old boy. And then after the wedding, I still was crying. He stood on the one side of the room. There was a chest from walnut with carving, little leaves and fruits carved all over it. And then he came over to me and said, "Don't cry." Just like that. "Don't cry, I'll go away."
What did you say?
I looked at him. He was crying too. So I said, "It's all right. Stay." And then we cried together. 2 children. But we never talked about it again, never. What was there to talk?
But you didn't love him when you married him?
How could I? A stranger? But you don't stay strangers for long. So, what else could I do? I fell in love with him. After. I used to hang out of a window from the 4th floor on Ludlow Street and wait for him.
In America?
We always had plants on the fire escape. Grapefruit seeds, they make a nice plant. I could hide behind them and watch him come up the street. A tall man, strong. That was a good thing for a girl like me. I needed a strong man. Good-looking man. My Samuel, he was always a good-looking man. Straight and tall, with black hair. You could see it from under his hat. Straw hat. American. And his hands. Big hands. Strong hands. My Samuel.
Grandma, you're in love with him now. I mean, you're still in love. And Grandpa, you're in love with her.
Mr. Foss, remember you told me about the cigar makers' strike in 1913? You told me what Samuel Gomper said to you?
Oh, sure. He said, "You listen to Foss, and when he tells you what to do,
Do.
And that was a pretty tough situation then, right?
Bosses today don't know how to be rough like in the old days. But we won.
All right, then. Let's talk this situation over. After all, 1913 is not so long ago.
That's right.
Good. Now, look. You go down there and talk to him.
Samuel and Minnefoss.
Yeah, notes. Notes. You won't have to worry about answering the mayor. I'll make the speech. I think I can make the speech. Don't you? Yes, Papa.
Mr. Granger's waiting for you and watch it. He's wild.
Thanks a lot, baby. In case you're interested, Nick. That you want to talk to Room number 2. Okay. Yeah, he's there. It's for you. It's your paper. They transferred the call from the press room. Thanks a lot. Charlie. You bet, Nick.
Mark wanted an angle.
Well, this is the real juice, baby. The real McCoy.
The gardener and the lady. I got the whole thing from him.
He told you that?
You'll never believe it, Nick. But my goof turned into a winner. We were the only paper that didn't jump all over him yesterday, so he opened up to me. Are you ready?
Yeah.
He admitted it, Nick. A relationship. Yeah. I've got quotes.
I want to talk to you. I'm representing Caldwell in his libel suit against the Bulletin.
Room number 3, Harvey.
No. I ain't going in no little room with him. Anyhow, what I gotta say to him won't take that long. You're the one. Nick Alexander, the guy that wrote that story?
Yeah, that's right.
Where do you get the nerve to write lies like that? You and that other liar, that Everett Harper. What right have you got to put dirty lies in a man's mouth? Do you see, baby?
Let's go, kiddo. We have a lot of things to do.
You found it?
5 old bookshops, but I found it's the Lady's Book of Poems.
Here are the results of the third of Pimlico. The winner, Morty S, 1280, 620, and 240.
Harry, I gotta talk to these guys. You were, right about the bourbon.
Small town in Connecticut. Well, at least we can forget about that tobacco business.
Most people don't know it, but Connecticut grows a lot of tobacco.
It does?
Sure. I know Connecticut. I grew up there.
President.
Jefferson?
Jefferson.
Of course, Jefferson, Connecticut. Thank you very much, Mr. Donovan.
Well, was there any help? Did I do Mike some good?
I think that letter that she wrote your husband might do us some good. And I think that Jefferson, Connecticut might do us all some more good. But we'll see. And thank you again.
See him. Good evening. I'm Nick Alexander from the Bulletin. Are you Mr. Caldwell?
I just don't enjoy it, but then I was never as high-strung as my wife, never as complicated, never as talented, not even remotely. And if her warmth, her vitality, the electricity of her demanded an occasional drink once in a while, well, that was her business, Alexander. Nobody else's.
Mr. Caldwell, take my advice. Drop this suit.
I want Judith's name cleared.
And if it's going to take a suit to do it, then I'm afraid that's the way it's going to have to be. Good night. Sweetie! Briggsy, baby. Just the guy I wanted to see.
I think it belongs to Mr. Saunders. He almost paid $1 million for it. Mark.
Let me have the paper. Thank you.
What else do you want?
Yes, and a Happy New Year to you, too. Kluge, I know, but you're the only cameraman I have on tonight. We gotta put you where you need it most.
On this glorious New Year's Eve when everyone gathers in love and joy, I'm left to spend it alone.
Well, someone has to cover the debt. Get Christmas off.
All right, but how is it? Not one solitary human being has asked us out this year. Not one person to say, you come along, Helen, Paul can join us later. Are we getting that dull? Is that why we're being kept out?
Don't be silly.
Or is it me that they're beginning to avoid?
Helen.
Love him, hate her.
Nothing of the
Isn't it a pity we can't have Paul to our parties anymore? That awful wife of his, yakety yak the whole night.
Will you stop beating yourself, Helen?
Paul. And Paul's beginning to avoid me.
As a matter of fact, Paul went home because he was worried about you.
Don't tell me the truth.
The truth is he went home because he was worried about you and he cares very much about you.
I wish I could believe that. I wish.
Excuse me, Mr. Alexander.
Can it wait?
Mr. Granger calling long distance.
Oh, please, don't go.
Listen, you wait here. Paul will be here in a little while, all right?
Yes.
Okay.
No. He wouldn't. He wouldn't.
I think he will. He will. Wake up, Rip Van Winkle. I'm sorry, Mr. Fredericks, but when I came back, she had disappeared. Sit down.
Helen, she never wants to go anywhere, see anyone, and she complains all the time. No one likes her, she says. A lovely girl like that. She was voted the most popular girl in her class once in high school, and all of a sudden she gets ideas nobody likes her.
Yeah, I know. I got a sample of that tonight.
Sure. I guess you did. I know how she can go on. Paul, he's trying everything. He got her a psychiatrist. As I understand it, she's a depression, a manic... I don't know these big words. All I know is my kid is in trouble. Thank you. And Paul knows it better than me. Poor guy, he phoned my house tonight to see if she was there. He hopes you're not sore at him.
I'm not sore.
This isn't the first time she's done this. But tonight, after I heard from Paul and after I realized how bad things were, I decided something on my own. I know Paul's not going to like it. I've got to do it. I'm a father. I have to do it. The kids, they're with their grandma at our place tonight. I'm just scared that they'll wake up in the morning without any mother. Please. Please.
Put the picture in the paper. I've seen it done before. A picture and a headline. This person is missing. If anyone should see her, please get in touch with the police.
Mr. Fredericks, we can't...
Deli's, Mr. Alexander.
Well, it's just we spent so many New Year's Eves here together. You see, I thought you might have, Sorry. Yeah. Can we offer you a drink for Old Lang Syne? No, thanks.
Hi, Mr. Graham.
Well,
Long time no see.
How are you, Maisie?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Maisie. I'll see you later, Phil. And now let's take a few moments as our cameras look into the faces of this sea of celebrating humanity.
Charlie, ring O'Donnell in the press room at police headquarters. Right. Sergeant Vallon, he's going to take care of you.
Hello, sir. Mr. Graham, patrol car's in front. We'll try to do everything we can to help you.
All right.
Yes, it is terrible. Thank you. Nick.
Yeah, what is it, honey?
It's about that Scarsdale auto accident. 3 of the boys have died. And 2 are in the hospital. Nick. They were on their way to a party.
Yeah, I know. Statistics of every holiday. Get all the names and addresses?
Oh, yeah. They were all positively identified. 3 of the boys who died, 2 of them were from Scarsdale, and this one was from New York.
This is Nick Alexander of the Bulletin. I'm sorry to be bothering you like this, sir, but we were informed tonight here at the Bulletin that John Tiber Jr., you ever son that name? Yes. And what is his age? Well, sir, the reason we're asking... Well, sir, I'm sorry to bring you this news, but there was an accident tonight in Scarsdale. An automobile accident. Your son was in it. And, no, sir, worse than that, he was killed. Yes, sir, the identification was positive. County hospital, sir, yeah. That's all I know. I'm very sorry, Judge. Very sorry.
My answering service finally got through to me. I'm sorry. I was at a party over in Jersey.
Doctor, what do you want me to do?
Mr. Frederick said he'd left a photograph here with
In print, it looks awful.
You sure you have the address and all that sort of thing, old man?
And all that sort of thing. Yes, sir, old man.
Good.
Oh, my coat.
Here we go. And next time we get as fast as you can.
I'll be right there, Sir Robert. Don't worry. I goof once, but I won't goof again. Get that bottle of champagne.
Well, don't worry about that.
Nice and full.
Yeah, I'll leave my clue again.
Hello, everybody. Very shortly, very shortly.
Today's story when you come back.
Okay, I like that. I never saw any of the police brass in action.
Just don't step on any brass toes. O'Donnell will fill you in. Oh, and watch out for O'Donnell's toes also. They're very big, and they're very sensitive.
Okay. Judge the charge. Just report it. Just print it. Isn't anybody going to print it?
After your father died, the way they used to come around to check, to reassure me. A frightened widow and a young child. Oh, Philip, what happened? What's the matter with you? You're a fugitive. I'm hiding you from police. What am I supposed to do?
You know something?
A bomb just went off.
Seems quiet enough around here.
Well, just wait, kiddo.
Sit down, Mark. Mark?
One would be bleeding hearted, doesn't know the score. I've maybe messed up 15 years of work. I repeat what I said yesterday, Alexander. You're a jerk.
Miss Alexander, didn't you hear? One. Yeah, I heard you. Alexander.
Yes, I want to meet you, but not at the newspaper.
You know the people that live here?
Yeah, Mrs. Barton's my piano teacher.
Not a piano player. What happened to the other guy, her son?
He won't with them.
Do you know when they're going to be back?
No, they're going to meet a man from the newspaper. Come on, Tony Kubek, take the double play. I'm Bill Starr, number 14.
What do you mean? They're going to meet a man from the newspaper. Now, what do you mean, newspaper?
Well, I don't know. They were talking about a newspaper.
A bulletin?
Bulletin. Yeah, that's it, the bulletin.
Where were they going to meet this man? The paper?
At the movie house, Rialto, on Jefferson Boulevard. Now let me go. Let's go!
Go on, go play your piano.
Hey, mister, you can't tell me to play the piano. You're not my piano teacher. What it is?
Peter? Mark,
back, I'll phone in the rest of the story from downtown. I guess to Alexander, it's his story, isn't it?
No, it's ours, O'Donnell.
If you need something, maybe I can help.
Help! What are you going to do, write another story? Well, I'll give you your story. Here, Miss Joyous, read all about it. Miss Joyous kills herself. Drinks?
Sure, you told me.
I'm glad you could come, Phil.
You said it was important.
How about a drink?
Ellie, I can't stay long. My wife is waiting for me. I promised to get home for dinner.
I wait for you, Phil.
Yeah. Well, that's all over with. What is it you want?
I made a phone call a little while ago.
I know. That's why I'm here.
Not to you.
And what does that mean?
Shall I tell you?
Ellie, don't play games with me. You want to tell me something or ask me something? All right, go ahead.
I want to ask you something. How do I look? You always used to tell me how I looked. As soon as you walk in the door, you'd say, Ellie, you look wonderful.
I thought we understood each other. I told you we were through, Ellie. That it was all over. That it had to be.
That was last week. You know I get lonely. I get scared and I think bad things. Well, you always used to help me when I thought bad things.
Can't you get it through your head you're better off without me? Go out, Ellie. Get yourself a job. Meet some men your own age. It's no good for you being with me.
I don't want men my own age, Phil. I want you. I care about you. Phil, I need you. And you need me.
No, Ellie. I don't. Forget me. I thought I did once. A young girl, pretty, even if she was a little mixed up. For a while I felt young, alive. Forgive me, Ellie. In the end, I felt ashamed.
That's your word? Ashamed? If you want to hear mine? Desperate! I am desperate! You hear? I need you!
No, not me. Someone to take care of your bills. This place, your clothes, your psychiatrist. I can't anymore, Ellie. I'm not a rich man. I just can't do it anymore.
I need you! I need you! I need you.
You need anybody. Anybody.
I haven't got anybody. Oh, it isn't as if I were asking you to leave your family or to marry me. All I'm asking is for you to let things be the way they were.
Why did you call me? You said it was important. Now tell me. I won't be trapped anymore.
Won't you? You are. I warned you last week what I'd do if you tried to walk out on me.
Ellie.
I meant it.
No, Ellie. You wouldn't do that to me.
did any worse than what you're doing to me. Oh, you're just like all the others. But you are not going to get away with it the way the others did.
I thought we were friends.
We were. We can still be again. It's up to you.
Where you been?
Les.
You know the corner?
Yeah.
And that's all, you understand?
Maybe a corned beef sandwich if I pass it, Billy.
Try bringing me back a story. Don't forget, you're following this hunch on my time.
Oh, Miss Broska.
Hello, Mr. Alexander. Come in, please.
Thank you.
Come in. You remember my husband?
Of course. How are you?
Try to think of the answers. We're not good enough for Ellie anymore. Is she ashamed of us? What happens? All the things you dreamed for a child. All the sacrifices. What does life do to everybody?
Do you have any idea what happened?
You mean what went wrong? Who knows? She got the jobs all right, but maybe she just wasn't good enough. Who can say? The whole thing, the career, the modeling business, didn't last very long. And then she just didn't seem to have any kind of a job, and that wasn't good. Then it began to happen. She moved. She never called us. I couldn't reach her. I began to think about what kind of people she was with. What men?
Victor, you don't know for sure.
There were men. More than one. I went to where she lived before she stopped coming around. It was a building with a doorman. Where did Ellie get the money to live in a building like that?
Victor, don't condemn. If you don't know the facts, don't condemn.
I want to know the facts. Is my door locked to her? Let her come and tell me the facts.
Victor, what are we doing? I'd like to show you something, Mr. Alexander. Please come with me. This way. Victor built this. Nights, weekends. He built this room onto the house for Ellie. Some of the furniture he finished himself. He thought that maybe if Ellie had a nice place to come home to, she'd come home. It's been waiting 2 years now. We don't even know where she lives.
What about your other daughter? Maybe she's heard from Ellie.
Get Ann's address for him. Mr. Alexander, if you do find Ellie, tell her we have some money. Not much, but enough for how to get started again.
Mister, I hope you find her in time.
Divorced over 5 years ago.
I'm worried about her. I want to help her. Don't you understand that?
She wanted to know if I was happily married. Knowing Ellie, what she was saying was, come back, I need you. We were married for 8 months, and she decided she wanted more. She decided she wanted glamour. Well, she walked out on me. And I've got something too good to lose now. So when she called me, I didn't ask her where she was living, and she didn't tell me. Well, that's it.
Thanks.
Sure.
Yes, sir? Terrible. Beautiful.
You wait for me. Phil's partner.
Oh.
Phil wanted me to talk to you.
You see what happens when you start with something crazy? It's a warning, Ellie. I stopped him this time. You keep going this way and he'll be coming back.
Yeah. You came back to me.
Please don't start, Ellie.
Phil, you're here, and I want you here. Please, Phil, stay with me. Please, just for a little while. We'll be together. Just like we used to be. Please.
Yeah. I'm going home now. Goodbye, Ellie. Goodbye.
Phil, I'm scared.
Please be careful, Ellie.
Practice a science that's inexact at best, Mr. Alexander.
I want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you. There's the address.
I want you to stay away from that girl. This is my affair. It's not business, it's personal. And I want you to keep out of it.
Yeah, it's personal, all right. What she's going to do to us makes it very personal to me. Apartment is 8C. Get going.
Earl was complaining that I close my eyes and let you do the dirty work. All right. This time I'm going to do the dirty work.
What are you doing?
I'm going to call the police.
Are you crazy?
Give me the police.
Ellie Braxton, this is Nick Alexander.
I want to see you.
Ellie, I've been looking for you all day. I want to help you.
What a dumb call. Dumb, drunk call. Well, I hate that name, and I hate you for giving it to me. For giving me all that hope.
Maybe I didn't have the right. Maybe I don't have the right to worry about you now, but I am worried.
Why? I'm Miss Joyous, right? Have a drink.
No, thanks. Where are the pills that were in this bottle? Were they sleeping pills? Ellie, let me have the pills.
No.
Miss Braxton, are you in there? We got a message for you from Mr. Kranz.
Thank you.
Don't let them in. I'm afraid.
Why? What's wrong? Who's out there?
They want to hurt me. I know something about someone. Don't let them in.
Come on.
Can I help you, Thomas?
Listen, friend, I don't know who you are or what you're doing here. So go away, and fast. Come on, out. Come on, let's go.
All right. Just don't ask her a lot of questions when she comes in.
No, I won't say a word.
Oh, that's wrong, too. Be nice. Be natural. She just wants to be home to start living again.
Just so she wants to get better. I thank God for that.
And do me a favor. Do her a favor. Throw this away.
Ellie, I want to show you something. Your room, Ellie.
Yes. It's very nice, Papa. Very nice. Thank you.
Maybe it's the altitude? It's real. Oh, God, it's real. What joker put the real bullets in the gun?
Mine are blanks. Baby, this is the gun you used to shoot at tin cans in Vegas. That little horseplay was the gun. Can cost you your cabaret license and about $2 million a year. Jail is the least of it.
We need more than that, Mrs. Haley. You said you heard some shots. It could have been a backfire or something.
On the 21st floor? Look, it wasn't no backfire. I could hear things through the door. And I could hear talking, too, talking about how someone got shot. And in penthouse suite A, Don Colley's room. Look, I want my $5.
I'm a reporter from the Bulletin.
Yes, what is it?
I'd like to speak to your husband.
Well, you can't.
Also, he bled enough to stain the rug so badly it had to be replaced. Oh, they didn't fill you in on that little detail, did they?
Stop saying things like that. Get out. Get out. I'm going to call the police.
All right. All right, Mrs. Berlitz. But I'm going to stay with this. Because there are laws that say nobody, not even a Don Collie, can go out and shoot somebody and then cover it up with money or glamour or whatever it is. Now, you can go and quote me after I go when you make your phone call.
What phone call?
You know what phone call. The call to the boys, let them know somebody's been here.
That's right. Mr. Sidney Berlitz, the former waiter.
I've been stalling them the best I can, Baron, but...
I don't know where you could possibly have received such information, Mr. Alexander.
Look, I'm on in about 15 minutes. If you guys want to booze it up, you better get out there, because I don't want any liquor lapping while I'm on, huh?
Good luck, Sheriff.
Right then.
You overgrown freak. You know what you are? You're one of those sticky guys who gets glued onto my heel like a worn-out piece of chewing gum. You make me itch to look at you.
Don! Please don't talk like that. I know you're only joking, but I don't like it.
Joking? Who is joking?
What year did Joan Crawford win the Academy Award?
You
shut up! Now, who needs you, you punk?
You know what you're good for? You're good for stopping bullets. Well, you already did that. Now, why don't you just go back to your corny little wife, because she's stupid enough to want something like you around. Now, just get out of my sight, dog face. Down. Shut it down. Down. I beg of you, please.
Mr. Kepler, to you.
You know what I think? I think he's out there walking someplace, or riding on the subway, or maybe just standing on a bridge. I think he feels he made such a fool of himself tonight, he doesn't care what happens to him. Doesn't care. Car or slip off the edge of the subway.
Mrs. Berlitz, people don't do those things as much as you think.
People don't get whisked into their dream world every day either, the way Sidney was. Whisked into it and then kicked out and told to get out and stay out. Get lost, you creep. I didn't know where else to go. When you came to the house, you were hard with me, but I knew you were right. I had to talk to somebody. So I came here.
We're glad you did.
I thought maybe you'd help me look.
Mrs. Berlitz, I think you should go home. Your husband is probably there now.
Oh, but I left a note for him in case he did come home. I said I was coming here. Maybe I should stay here. We couldn't miss one another, you know. Crisscross.
Yeah, you left it by the phone. I always look by the phone. I just walked around, and then I took a few subways, local, so it would take longer. Just to ride. And then I went home and I saw your note. I came to take Mrs. Burlett's home. All I want is to take my wife home. And forget about all this.
Yeah, you see, he wants to forget it. He wants to go home. He doesn't want you to put it in the newspapers. Sidney, I've been trying to explain to them, not to put it in the newspapers because that's not going to help either one of us.
Collie, shut up. You better live up to that. And you better be careful. Thank you, gentlemen, for your help and your interest. Come on, honey. Let's go on.
That still goes.
Representative of the West German government.
How do you do?
We have a special section in the rear reserved for the ladies. No. Could you hold it, if you please, for a second? Something you forgot, Mr. King?
Mr. King, surely you're not leaving already. Well, the party hasn't even begun yet, and you'll spoil all the fun. And there are so many questions I would like to ask you.
Well, in that case. All right, Otto. Let it roll. You may regret this,
I doubt it.
Gentlemen, now you have seen it. The infamous war which divides our country. And today, on this anniversary of the war which the communists directed, we ask again, what did they accomplish? Did they lock us out or themselves into a prison of their own making? At our next stop, you'll hear some hard facts about the life lived on each side of the war.
Let's get out of here.
Bart, please, I want to get there.
No, look, we'll get a full transcript of this later on.
Bart, please.
Look, now, come on, forget the gang interview. I'll show you the real story of the letter. Come on.
Increasing deterioration in the whole economic structure and its consequent series of setbacks for the working class, nearly to the whole statistics of an economist reform.
you might.
Well, good night, Captain, and thank you so much. It was
Ask him.
Well, Sabina, what do you think of Bob's new girl?
Well, how do you do? I'm expected. My name is...
I know. My mother told me. Please come in. I'll tell my mother you're here.
It's Father Shrine.
What are those?
Posthumous awards from the Bonn government for having given his life in the struggle against Hitler. From the Jewish community for all the lives he saved from the gas chambers. Sabina.
You didn't know, Bart, that it was I who brought Eric into the circle. What we came to call in his honor the anger circle. He joined partly for romantic reasons, because he was in love with me, and partly because I managed to convince him Hitler is bound to lose the war. That is, I convinced Eric for the moment.
But all the time I knew him, he was a complete anti-Nazi.
Later, after you had left Berlin, after Pearl Harbor, when things for the moment were going well for Hitler, Eric changed.
Can't believe it.
Do you know what assignment he accepted in the year 1942? Second in command of conquered Poland, where he worked much of the time with... Yes. With Adolf Eichmann. Eric was clever. Eric never put down anything in writing. But the enthusiasm by which he threw himself into the work horrified me. I can't tell you how much he disgusted me.
And yet he always told me how he hated the Nazis. In this very room, I saw him do that deadly imitation of Hitler.
It came to haunt him, all he has said and done in this room. Everybody in the circle was now a danger to him, to his career, to his very life. And so, quite naturally, he...
Eric.
One by one, slowly, carefully, he denounced all our friends to the Gestapo. In anonymous letters, by clever little hints. In their loyalty, they went to prison. They went to their death, always protecting Eric.
How did you find out?
He boasted of it to me, of his marvelous cleverness. I pleaded with him to stop it.
I fought with him. In the end, that the only way to prevent more of those murderous denunciations, more death, I fought him by his own methods. Anonymous notes to the Gestapo, giving away Eric's own past connections with all the people he has sent to death. What's more, I even denounced myself.
I don't understand.
I didn't want to live. Let them also hang me. I wasn't allowed that privilege. They merely sent me to prison. I was carrying a child who had to be saved for the funeral.
Oh, Sabina, my poor darling.
It's my way of taking life apart. Even such a life. Though, of course, if Hitler hadn't hanged him, he'd have hanged at Nuremberg. Imagine if my son had to face that. This way his father is a religion for him. You can see how it would destroy my son ever to know the truth.
He'll never learn it through me.
Oh, Bart, why did you wait so long to come to me? Each of us turned away and tried to forget what could never be forgotten. We could have saved each other so much suffering.
Lizzie. I'll see you.
Right.
Special press flight from Berlin have now debarked and are arriving at Gate 2.
I can't believe it.
What do you mean? He's in great shape. He's on top of the world.
Bart? How did he ever pull himself together?
Look, Nick, I've got a whale of a new series to write, and the sooner I get to a typewriter, the better.
All I was asking was...
What do you want from me? You told me to come back smiling, so I'm smiling.
To just take it.
Joseph Socrates, do you stand ready for supper?
Don't worry about a thing, Joe. Joe, you're in the book, boy. See you later today.
Touch the photo, she'll look 40 years old.
I just don't understand you, Mr. Alexander.
Now, let's face it, I had absolutely no business telling you the things I told you that day.
But you did tell me.
Pertaining to the litigation of Harley versus the City of New York, now pending before me.
What are you so busy about?
That in your story? The way somebody bribes a guard and smuggles in a bottle? Hey, take a look, Alexander. Hey, Alexander. Hey, look.
Guy's got to be careful who he lines up with in a place like this.
Yeah.
Cellar, I gotta clear this whole yard. Now, you let's take my word for it. If I have to do that, you'll have every con in this joint down on you. Now, come on, let's go.
Going in so soon, Alexander? My son's hardly come up yet. You don't want to walk out of here with a prison pallor, do you? Or you're just making sure you do walk out?
You just take care of yourself, Socrates. Little cut-up killer.
I'll get better.
we better go see him.
Yes, today.
Hi, how's things in the great outdoors?
How are you, Nick?
Oh, fine, fine.
You look lousy. Somebody in there is after him. I saw it in his face. I'm not going to wait any longer.
Well, this is a hospital, Mr. Granger. I can't call people away from their work.
I'm going to find out whom he's protecting if I have to tear this place apart. Speak with Judge Evans, please.
He's not here.
Where is he?
In court.
Hurry up, Alexander. They're waiting for you in the kitchen.
Seems to me you're slightly late with your valiant admission, Mr. Clements.
You go home and grab some rest.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I'll come up with you. I better get a few things down on paper.
You had me worried there for a minute.